Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Aloha, everybody. My name is Mark. Welcome to the 90210 show. With me, as always, is my fiance with the mostest, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is July 10th, 1998.
You sound so happy today.
I'm happy.
I'm not happy after watching that shit.
Oh, Aloha, parts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The 8th season premiere of Beverly Hills 90210.
Because they decided they had to take 2 hours of our life for this terrible, terrible storyline.
Yeah, this was interesting, I guess.
Was it?
I don't know.
I mean, I really, truly wasn't interested until pretty much the end.
Yeah, and even then I was like, that's tacked on and dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a terrible toothache.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. I think the movie gave it to me. Or, I mean, the TV show gave it to me. But, yeah, just... Wow. Carol's stomach wanted to come out and join the conversation.
What are you talking about? That was totally you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sorry. Trying to pass that off like that was you.
Yeah, how dare you?
It was me. Everyone. That's our story.
And we're sticking to it.
But speaking of stories, the story of this episode is that Brandon can't get a job to save his life.
Yeah. I mean, none of them seem to be able to.
They start off with a voiceover from Brandon, like this is an episode of The Wonder Years or something like that.
Right?
Where he's like, yeah, that's us graduating. We were so happy and stuff like that, and now I can't find a job. Steve got a job as the liaison for the keg house, because somehow we still have to have keg house storylines for some reason.
Right.
And he's like, that job pays $1 a year. So, I mean, obviously it's ceremonial.
Right. Yeah, so, like, he's volunteering.
Valerie is gone through a series of odd jobs because she hates working. And is not good at it.
Right.
Kelly's volunteering someplace.
She is?
Yeah, at some kind of, I don't know, actually, I think she's starting a job. It's not volunteer.
Yeah, it's a real job.
But it's a charity thing. It's like the AIDS house kind of thing she's doing.
Yeah, she's starting a new job. And
Claire's dead. Her and her father died in a plane crash on the way to Paris.
We wish, yeah.
No, they're just gone. We do get... So real quick, before we go into the actual episode proper, we do get, and Carol was so mad about this, spoilers in the very opening of the show, because there are 2 new characters that are apparently going to join our show.
Right.
One is played by an actress by the name of Hilary Swank. Mm-hmm. I have a question for you about her, by the way.
Is she swanky?
No, we'll talk about it later. No, Schwanky, remember? And then some guy named Noah. I didn't get his name, the actor's name.
But yeah, so we see these 2 strangers in the opening credits, and then throughout the episode, we see them. So we know. It's a huge spoiler, because like the way the girl character comes in, you would totally think, oh, it's just for this episode, whatever.
Yeah.
The other guy, I mean, they're obviously bringing him on because he's moving to Los Angeles.
Right. All of a sudden, it's so funny how they just randomly meet people that are moving to L.A. whenever they travel someplace. And how would you like to know these fucking rich people to meet them? They meet him in Hawaii. They go to Hawaii in this episode, and he's like, at the end of the episode, he's like, oh yeah, I'm taking that job. I'm going to Los Angeles, and they're like, hey, do you want a place to stay? And he's like, oh, I'd love to, the beach house. That sounds great, but like, I'm going to be working in the marina, and it's too far away. And so then Donna's just like, my parents own a boat that's in the marina. You can live on it.
Right.
Like, how would you like... You've just gotten a job in L.A. and these people you just met are like, hey, you can live in our boat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
I mean, and it's like Donna barely even interacted with the guy.
Yeah.
It's not like Valerie.
No.
Valerie likes him quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Valerie's trying to give it away.
She's a whore. Anyway.
And a money-grubbing whore, apparently.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because she's like, you know what he does for a living? He drives boats for rich people. Why couldn't he be the rich person? And Brandon's like, what the fuck? And she goes, I'm sorry, I'm just not in a place in my life where I can fuck anybody that doesn't have cash.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
She is a prostitute.
I mean, like, that's as brazen as they've ever made her.
Mm-hmm.
She was with Colin. He didn't have money.
That's true. Huh.
But she
had money. Yeah.
She needs money. It's like she always needs to have a lot of money.
Yeah, she's just a person that cannot handle not being rich.
All right. Now that I've flailed around in my drug-addled brain, where are we going to start, Carol? What do you want to do?
Well, in talking about jobs, you didn't mention David and Donna. So David's still doing the club.
Double D.
Donna is looking for a career in fashion, which is not easy to find.
Well, you would think.
But out of all these kids struggling, she ends up with an interview with this woman. It was weird. Like, I guess she's supposed to be sick, but she seems drunk or high. I don't know. I think there's something just wrong with her.
Her dad, so Donna has a lunch with her dad, and her dad's like, hey, your mom knows this person in the fashion industry. She's looking for a second assistant. Mm-hmm. So like an assistant to the assistant, I think,
something
or something
like that.
And he's like, why don't you take the interview? It's in the field that you want. It's fashion. And so she goes on this interview, which is a lunch date. Mm-hmm. And it's already foreshadowed that she's going to be sick because she's like, is it hot out here? And like Donna's like, no, it's actually chilly for LA at this time of year. And she's like, excuse me, that was you.
See? It was him.
She says, yeah, I just had to fire my assistant, so, you're going to have to be the assistant. She hires her without making it clear at all.
Yeah.
And Donna's like, oh, does that mean I have the job? And she's like, yeah, aren't you listening?
Yeah, and you've got to come to Hawaii in 2 days or something.
Yeah, we're doing a shoot in Hawaii, and so we're going there. And I think the vagueness and weird way that this woman speaks rubs off on Donna, because Donna goes up to everybody and she's like, hey, guess what? I got a job. It's in Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it sound like she's moving to Hawaii.
And David's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I leave tomorrow. And he's like, oh my God. And she's like, oh, it's only for 3 days. I'm not moving there.
Yeah, it was weird.
Who presents it in that way, though?
Yeah, and the other thing that I find weird is then she invites them all to go with her. Mm-hmm. This is her job.
Yeah.
Who goes to their first grown-up, I graduated from college job and brings all their friends along?
Right, exactly.
And not only do they just come to Hawaii, but when they do the shoot, they're there.
They end up helping, yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. But, so Donna and David are having some problems because David wants to move in. His lease is up. He wants to move in, and Donna's going to let him move in, but they can't share a room. He has to have his own room, and he's upset about this, partially because she hasn't told her mom.
I think it's really dumb to be upset about this because they're already sleeping together. It's not like she's like, you can live here, but I'm not going to have sex with you.
No, I mean, it's the best of all worlds. He gets to have sex with her and then go back to his own bed and be comfortable.
Right? Or, I mean, if they really want to share a bed, they can just share a bed in one of the rooms and, the other one keeps their shit in a different room. It's not that big of a deal.
No, not at all. She wants to hide it. But I guess he's all upset because he wants Donna to go up to her mom and be like, David fucked me.
I don't get this either. If he so badly wants, everyone's approval and he wants everybody to know, then just get engaged to her.
Yes.
Marry her. What is your problem, man? She's obviously feeling, shameful that she's sleeping with him.
She confessed to the priest.
Right. But not her mother.
No, but not her mother.
That was part of the voiceover, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ugh. The dumb voiceover.
That's so awful. So they're having some issues. The cat's
trying to get on top of the... We have a wardrobe or something like that in our room here, and the cat's trying to get on top of it. He's like, he keeps looking for a way to get up there.
Yeah, sorry, buddy, it's not going to happen.
He tried to get up on the bookcase that's next to it. It's like, maybe I could springboard here, but yeah. He wants to get on top. I don't know why.
He's eating too many lasagnas for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, so
Mondays.
They're all going to Hawaii with Donna because she got this job. But
it's fucked up.
Kelly is starting her own job and says she can't go. And everybody keeps saying, especially like Brandon keeps saying, oh, just push it back a week. Push it back. It's her job.
She's like, that's unprofessional. And it's like, that is correct.
Yeah. Like, you don't be like, hey, wait, a vacation came up.
Yeah, you got hired for a job. You agreed upon a start date. You can't just be like, oh, I need to push it off for a week.
Right.
I mean, this is not an emergency situation.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Like, they graduated from college.
I also don't think they know exactly what they want to be yet.
Right.
I don't think this show is on 100% solid footing as to what kind of show this is going to be now that they're out of school completely.
So, not Donna. So, Kelly... sorry. Kelly's... it's going to be her birthday. So, she's going to be home alone all by herself. All her friends are gone for her birthday.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah. Like, Brandon really should have stayed.
Absolutely. It's your live-in girlfriend's birthday, and you're like, man, I'm going to go to Hawaii.
Yeah. She's starting a new job. She can't go, and you're just like, fuck you, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a trip to Hawaii. Before they leave, though, Kelly asks Steve to take Erin to her soccer game.
Right.
So he goes, this is before we even know about the job. This is like in the first half. Mm-hmm. So he takes her to the soccer game, and there's this random kid, this boy kid, I guess it's a mixed soccer team, who's getting pushed around, like elbowed and stuff like that and everything, and the ref's not doing shit about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think the ref hates this kid.
Something. They're just lazy.
But the kid, like, kind of just comes to the sidelines, and Steve's like, hey, it's okay. You need to do this. You need to do that. And he's, like, telling him how to fucking, like, beat them and elbow him and stuff when the refs aren't looking.
And he's manhandling him while he's doing this. Like, he's trying to be, like, supportive or affectionate, but this is a strange child.
Yes.
You don't just put your hands all over somebody's kid.
So then Hilary Swank shows up.
Yeah, because that's her kid.
Yeah, and she's rightfully like, are you even a parent? What the fuck are you doing? And he's trying to argue. He's like, you can let him out. He's like, whatever his name was, Eric or something. I don't know. He's like, he asked for my help. Zach. He asked for my help. With every doe-eyed look as he gets shoved to the ground, he's begging for help out there. And he's being really weird about this whole situation. And she's like, yeah, well, you know what? Nobody asked for your help. And he's like, well, maybe his dad should talk to him about it or whatever. And
that
she's
was a stupid thing to say.
She's like, you know what? You're an asshole. And then she walks away. And Aaron's like, yeah, he doesn't have a dad. And Steve's just like, ouch. But I have a question for you. This woman, Hilary Swank, is she cute?
No.
Is she hot? Like,
no.
Is she good looking?
No. Do you think so?
I can't tell. It's so weird. She has, like, her lips are nice, right? Her eyes look okay. She has, it's like somebody took parts of a hot woman and then pasted them onto something else.
Oh my God.
Because, like, she has a really long face.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah, like a horse face. Like she's got Julia Roberts kind of thing going, but it's not working as well.
Yeah, and I don't think Julia Roberts is that attractive either, to be honest. Partially because of that. So maybe it's just, like...
your preference.
Yeah, maybe. But she confused me a lot.
No, I didn't think she was particularly attractive. She has this sour scowl most of the time, too, which doesn't help.
I think they're setting her up as a love interest for Steve.
Right.
That's what it looks like to me.
Well, yeah, because he's all interested in her kid and stuff. And so then he's on a date with somebody.
With the... I love when you can't remember things. With somebody.
I don't think they matter. I think it's just a side character. Whatever.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
She is a waitress at the After Dark.
The one he's on the date with, yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah.
She comes in with the new uniform, and I legitimately went, wow.
Yeah.
And David's like, yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Oh, and he was freaking out about money. Apparently, the After Dark is not making any money. It's losing money.
The After Dark is the most successful club I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
The After Dark's always in trouble.
Yeah, since the day it opened. So he's freaking out about that. And in the meantime, Steve somehow ends up taking the waitress out. But
yeah, he wants to take the waitress. He's like, I need you to set me up with somebody. Claire's not around to fuck anymore.
Right. So it turns out, though, this Hilary Swank character is their waitress.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to the waitress from the After Dark to make her into a psycho hose beast. Because you'd think somebody who is a waitress would be nicer to another waitress.
God, I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
But, I mean, she was just a bitch.
She's like, this service is terrible. And she's a complete bitch to her. But then Hilary Swank does the stupidest things ever. She's like, well, you're a moron or whatever. Like, she's insulting her and she insults Steve. I think she throws water on Steve.
Yeah, she does like because I don't remember what he said, but he said something not nice to her.
He's like apologized to her or whatever. And like her boss comes up and it's like, Hilary Swank, you have a child to care for.
Right?
Like, maybe you shouldn't be so flippant with your job. You're a waitress in a fancy restaurant. You probably get decent tips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's not good.
Yeah, it was very strange. The whole encounter was very strange.
That's the last time we see her this episode. But obviously, since she's in the opening, we'll see her again.
Right, and then Steve's probably going to try to make it up to her because he's going to feel like it's his fault she lost her job. It is not his fault.
Oh, the other thing, too, is she's trying to start her car. This is after the soccer game. After she's already been earlier than earlier than the weight thing. But after she's already mad at him, and he's like, "It sounds like you flooded your engine." Is her car from like 1975? She have a carburetor in that fucking car? Every car that's made now is fuel injected. You can't flood a fuel injected engine. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I don't know anything about cars, so I can't say. But yeah, he tries to help her.
Yeah,
and she's a bitch then, too.
Yeah, she is. What he says works, but...
Yeah. But, like, I don't think she's that attractive, and she's not very nice. So, like, why is she coming on as a main character? I don't like it.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I hope so. I hope it will be interesting. I'm not very confident in that.
That's true. Most of the show has not been interesting.
So... Okay, so they all go to Hawaii except Kelly.
Yes.
And this photographer, I don't even understand what they do. Because it's not the photographer that Donna works for. It's like the artistic director or something.
I believe what her job is, if I'm understanding correctly, is to pick the models, pick what the models are wearing, how their makeup and hair looks, pick... the locations, pick the accoutrement and stuff like that they're going to be using, like boats and tiki and stuff like that, right? And the photographer's job is to position them and shoot them, to put it together. But yeah, she needs to be like, no, you need to look like this, you need to look like this, you know, this bikini would look better on you, and like that's the kind of stuff she's doing, I believe, her boss. But her boss gets to Hawaii and is like just laid on her back, ill.
Yeah. And so she fired her first assistant, so Donna is now her first assistant.
And she's like, "No, you got to do it. You have to do my job now."
And she has no experience. Like, she has a degree, and that's it. This is insanity. Like, she should have just canceled the shoot or pushed it back a few days or something. But
instead, Donna's like, "I can do it. You know, I know I can do this, and then like they close the door, and she's like, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah, she about pukes on David. She's so freaking out. And
this photographer's an asshole.
Yeah, and that's what the one. She's like, the one piece of advice I can give you is don't piss off, the photographer. But he's pissed off from the minute he looks at her. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all.
No. So she does her best. It does not go well.
No, she's enlisted the help of David and Steve and Brandon and those guys to try to like position things and everything, but
to be her assistants, basically.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, because that's the other thing too. She's doing it completely on her own.
No experience, no assistance.
So this photographer is like, "You're a fucking loser."
Yeah, it was no good. But I mean, luckily, the woman who hired her doesn't hold it against her.
No, actually, this was really nice. Is she's like, "I should apologize to you. This was too much to put on you." Right away, you're going to be awesome in this career. And so she still has her job and everything's good.
But while they're doing the shoot, Donna accidentally pokes a hole in the raft that the models are on. So they're sinking and apparently can't swim. I don't know. They needed to be saved by this Noah dude.
And that's when we meet Noah.
Yeah.
Who, Valerie, like she fucking bird dogs him.
What does that mean?
Just like picks him out. Like she's like, oh, look at this guy. He's hot.
Yeah.
Is he hot?
He's not.
Yeah.
He's average.
He's a fine looking guy, but he's not like, oh my God, he's so hot.
Like, I think he's better looking than Steve because I don't think Steve's attractive at all because I hate his hair.
Right.
Women who like blondes might think Steve's more attractive than this guy, though. Yeah. Like, he's right on par with Steve.
They always do this in movies and TV where they're like, oh my God, this guy, the hottest guy in the world or the hottest girl in the world. And it's like, I don't know, maybe my standards are too high, but it's like when you're selling it that much, you really got to fucking find somebody that's super attractive.
Yeah.
Like, I expect a Brad Pitt or I don't know, that Angelina Jolie from the Gia movie we watched.
Right.
Somebody like that where it's like, oh my God, that's one of the most attractive people I've ever seen, Yeah,
that would definitely have helped the storyline. Because Valerie's all like, oh, I like him so much, he's so hot, but I can't be with him because he doesn't have any money. And it's like, if that's really how she feels, like, his hotness does not...
Yeah, it doesn't matter, though. Mm-mm. You might as well just, like, anybody that's got a fucking $100 bill sticking out of his zipper. That's who she's looking for.
So the other weird thing that happens while they're in Hawaii is they run into Brandon's ex, Tracy. And at first it's like, oh no, he's there without Kelly and Tracy's there. But like within a couple minutes we find out Tracy's engaged. Hey, meet my fiance.
Yeah, like this is real fast too, by the way.
Yeah.
All of a sudden she's just engaged. They're going to get married in like a month or whatever.
Yeah, well, how long has it been? I mean, it's probably been a few months.
A couple months? Yeah, not long. Yeah. Because... she left. They broke up shortly before graduation. They were talking about graduation.
Right.
And now, like, the summer's happened. So it's probably been like 3 months.
And she's getting married.
She's already met a guy and engaged.
Yeah. Well, she knows what she wants.
Yep. She wants to tie somebody down.
And she has succeeded.
And not in the Claire way.
No. So... they are going to go, I don't know, to some waterfall to go swim and play and whatever.
Yeah, play.
I don't...
They explore. They get out their action figures.
Well, right.
902 action figures. We're going to play.
They invite Tracy and her fiance to go with them to this thing. And it's weird because, like, the way it was framed, it's just like one of those empty-sounding invitations that you wouldn't say yes to.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But Tracy's like, sure, we'd love to. Which I'm thinking that's fucked up too.
Other way around though.
Oh, what?
Tracy and her fiance are going there, and she invites Brandon and the gang.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, "Yeah, sure, let's go."
That's less weird because it's a whole group of people.
I guess, but it's still also weird.
Yeah. So they're all playing around and having fun, and then Donna starts fucking like scowling and like side-eyeing because Brandon and Tracy are like playing around in the water.
This is so weird. And then she calls Kelly.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, Donna? Like, did you forget she has a fiance? And it's not like they were making out or whatever. I mean, sure, I guess maybe it was a little flirty, but...
They were splashing around and stuff. There's already been tension between Kelly and Brandon because Brandon had they're redoing his room and everything, and in one of his drawers, he had, like, a bag of old pictures, and they were, like, all of Tracy.
Yeah, no good. And...
what's no good? That he has the pictures still?
We're not doing that right now.
Because I seem to recall somebody that thinks that, having pictures of old boyfriends and stuff like that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
I do think that it's fine.
So then you should be on Brandon's side in this case.
It's not good that he's hiding them in his sock drawer or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just, I didn't like that aspect.
Well, he goes to throw them away. She convinces him to throw them away. He throws them away. She goes to, I don't know, her job or whatever. And he picks one up. He sees one in the trash, one of the photos, and he picks one up. And he's kind of looking at it longingly, and she walks up behind him. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh. He's like, oh, did you forget something? She goes, yeah, I guess you did too.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But later she admits that she still has pictures of Dylan. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the problem? That's different,
she says. Mm-hmm. Because we were soulmates from the fucking 1800s or whatever.
See, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's kind of stupid, but there is a lot of tension.
Mm-hmm. But then, Donna calls and rats him out.
Like, and I don't know exactly what she said, because Kelly was like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. I trust Brandon. She said all the right stuff. But whatever it is that Donna said that got under her skin gets her on a fucking plane.
She gets on a plane and flies to Hawaii.
So she blows off her new job and flies to Hawaii, yeah.
And she sees them at dinner, the three of them.
Storms over. And she's like, oh, what a cozy scene we have. Or something, something accusatory.
I'd like to know what's going on or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, let me introduce Tracy's fiance. And she's like, fiance? He's like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God. And then, she's rightly embarrassed.
But, why didn't Donna mention that?
I don't know.
It seems like a really, I don't know, catastrophized thing.
I don't like Donna's attitude at all in this episode.
I didn't really care for pretty much any of them this episode.
No.
Everybody was annoying. Maybe I was just in a bad mood. I don't know. But it did not land well.
It wasn't a great episode.
It was really not. I mean, I was hoping maybe it'd get a little better, but it just seems to continually get worse.
Yeah. And so then, by the way, Donna, speaking of Donna, almost gets the opportunity to tell her mom because she's at the pharmacist picking up birth control pills.
Oh my God, yeah. That was funny.
And her mom shows up. And the pharmacist is like, so here's your birth control pills.
You think they'd have more tact.
Yeah.
I mean, at, my pharmacy, they want you to stay back, a little bit, when you're talking. But whatever, her mom just walked up and invaded her space, too.
Luckily, Kelly was with her, and Kelly's like, yeah, they're mine. Because my doctor, whatever, won't prescribe them to me or something. And the pharmacist just looks at them like, this is fraud.
I mean, you think that he'd have figured out what was actually going on, but whatever.
But yeah, so then she's like, her mom's like, oh my gosh, I thought a dirty penis had been inside me.
So yeah. Then when they come home, they're in the parking lot of the airport.
Well, are they in LA?
Yeah.
I thought they were still in Hawaii, but no, they're back in LA. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was like, let's just ride. Yeah, because they're getting in their cars.
That makes sense, yeah.
She's like, let's just ride with, because they were having car trouble. Mm-hmm. Flat tire,
yeah. It looked like someone stabbed their tire.
Yeah. So Brandon and Kelly are like, she's like, let's just go and get a ride with somebody else. And he's like, no, I'll fix the tire. It won't take long. And then, he sees a dude walking through the parking lot. Now, he shouldn't have stared at the dude the way he did, because it was kind of a challenging, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, what you looking at? And, gets in his car and drives away. But then he comes back and, like, shoots the car, like, does a drive-by shooting at them.
Yeah, it's so weird.
This is L.A.
Yeah.
So, like, this is the Beverly Hills area, right?
Well, I assume they're at LAX.
Is that a bad neighborhood? I don't...
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad neighborhood, but there's crime in LA.
Okay. But, he shoots Kelly. Mm-hmm. Not Brandon. Kelly. Yeah. Kelly always gets hurt. Yeah. Kelly always has bad things happen to her. You know, she got burned. She's had an eating disorder. She's had a drug addiction. Mm-hmm. She got, like,
that
poked.
Terrible haircut.
Yeah. She got poked with the like AIDS something or whatever. She had a cut on her hand, or I don't remember. She thought she had AIDS. Like, all the bad shit happens to her.
She cocaine addict.
Yeah, I said that. As much as sorry, drug-addled brain. As much as I don't like her sometimes, I really feel bad for her. Mm-hmm. Like, if she was a real person, I think she'd be, like...
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, totally fucked up, like, in a corner somewhere.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, so she's been shot. And then the whole gang, and only them, come running up.
It's so weird the way it's filmed.
Yeah.
Because they all come running from off screen, and it looks like they were just waiting there for her to get shot, and then like stormed.
Well, that's what happened. I mean, in reality, that's exactly what happened. They did a really bad job with it.
Yeah.
So,
that's how our episode ends.
And are you in any way afraid?
No, of course not.
You know, Janine
Garofalo.
No.
Who's the new person on... man, I'd love it if they brought Janine Garofalo.
I would too.
Onto the thing. Jenny Garth.
Might want to leave the show, and this is how she's going to do it.
I don't think so. I don't think they'd kill someone off.
Well, she's still in the credits.
They didn't even kill Shannon Doherty.
Right.
And they hate her.
They just sent her to Europe. Oh, I don't know. They killed Dylan's wife, so...
Yeah, Noxema girl.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's the episode.
That's the episode. So we're waiting to see, how if Kelly survives. We know she will. It's stupid.
Yeah, and whatever, she'll be paralyzed for a week or something like that.
Right. Oh my God! Wait, wasn't somebody paralyzed? No, that was her roommate when she was burned. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So that's the episode, Carol.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.